Starting with your paper, you're going to cut along the solid lines just until the dotted part. So one little cut, and then do the same thing on the bottom. And then along these dotted lines, you're going to fold. So you're going to fold down, and then fold those top ones up. So when we're talking about a percent, we always have what's called is over of equals percent over 100. It's just another proportion. Now, with any fraction, my is, that's just a way that I can recognize the parts. The of, that's how I recognize my whole. So the total amount. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Now, every time on the other side, you're going to have a percent, and 100 will always be there. This one will always be 100. Okay, so let's look at some examples. So this first one says there are 15 girls and 10 boys in a class. What percent of the total students are boys? So I first need to figure out what's my total students. 15 girls and 10 boys would mean that I have 25 students. So that's my total. My total is always going to go down here on the bottom, so 25. And then it says, what percent of the total students are boys? And if I look, I have 10 boys. So my part is 10. My missing value is my percent. Then it's just solving my proportion. So just like we did before, I have 25x. 10 times 100 is 1,000. And then I divide by 25. And then I get x is equal to 40. And because it said percent, my answer is 40%. Let's look at another problem. This one says your bill was $45. You left a $9 tip. What percent tip did you leave? So my total bill was 45. So my total bill was $45. The part that I left as the tip was $9. I'm missing my percent. I'm asking for what percent. So again, cross multiply. So I have 45x. Cross multiply. I have 900. Divide by 45. And I get that x equals 20. Again, I'm talking about percent. So it's 20%. So I left a 20% tip. Okay, we've got a couple more. So let's look at this one. This is just a standard. What number is 150% of 80? So looking at what I'm given, I have the percent. That's going to go above 100. And then I have of 80. So that word of tells me that that number is going in the bottom. So of 80. And I'm asking what number is that? And from here, I'm going to multiply. So 80 times 115 equals 9,200. 100 times x is 100x. Divide by 100. And x equals 92. Now I'm not talking about a percent, so I'm just going to keep it at 92. And then the last problem we're going to look at is a little bit longer. It says Mrs. Rousseau only has 80% of her calculators working. If she started the year with 30 calculators, how many are working? So I know my percent, so I can fill that part in. 30, because that's what I started with, that's my total. That's the whole number of calculators I had. Part that's working, that's what I'm trying to find. So from here, I'm going to multiply 30 times 80 is 2,400. 100 times x is 100x. Divide by 100. And then x equals 24. So I have 24 calculators working. You're going to take this and glue it into your notebook.